What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. The Team Go Rocket takeover is now live in Pokemon Go, so today I'm going to be going over what the teams are for all of the Team Go Rocket leaders that you're going to be facing up against in order to get to Giovani, as well as the potential shinies that you can now encounter by battling the Grunts. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So courtesy of LeakDuck, we now know what all the teams are for the Team Go Rocket leaders that you will be facing before facing Giovani's Shadow Regice, which are Cliff, Sierra, and Arlo, as well as the confirmed shinies that people have been running into when facing the Grunts. So like I said, we already know that Giovani will be using Shadow Regice as the featured Shadow Legendary, which Regice is kind of meh, but that's not what we're here for because we already knew that. We also already went over in my previous video some of the new Shadow Pokemon that will be used as well, like Alolan Grimer, Phanpy, Trico, Torchic, and Drifloon. But we all know that the Grunts are not the issue. The Grunts are always easy to take down. It's the Team Go Rocket leaders that tend to give people some trouble sometimes. And so LeakDuck actually starts off with this note saying that the Team Go Rocket leaders and Giovani encountered at Pokestops will have the previous lineup on Saturday. Only those battled from balloons will have the new lineups on Saturday. And this is because their lineups are determined at midnight before the event started. So if you face the Go Rocket leaders in a balloon, they are going to have different Pokemon than they do at the Pokestops. But moving on to the Go Rocket leaders team, starting off with Arlo's team. Arlo's team will consist of the following Shadow Pokemon, which LeakDuck does mention that the row corresponds to the slot on their team, which means this is slot 1, this is slot 2, and this is slot 3. So Arlo will be starting off the battle with Teddy Ursa, which Teddy Ursa does have the potential of being shiny. In slot number 2, Arlo could be using any of the 3 Pokemon, Hypno, Blaziken, or Golurk. And in slot number 3, Arlo could be using Scizor, Bayonet, or Luxray. Moving on to Cliff's team. So Cliff's team will consist of the following Pokemon. Cliff will be starting off with Larvitar, which Larvitar does have the potential of being shiny. In slot number 2, Cliff could be using Skarmory, one of my personal favorite Pokemon. My literal S2000, my car, is named after Skarmory. Kingdra, which is also a very cool Pokemon. I had a hollow Kingdra on the back of my phone case for a very long time. Or Sceptile. And in slot number 3, Cliff could be using a Gyarados, Tyranitar, or a Swampert. For Sierra's team, you could be facing the following Pokemon. She will be starting off with a Murkrow, which does have the potential of being shiny. And in slot number 2, you could be going up against a Steelix, Swampert, or Staraptor. And for her final slot, you could be facing a Charizard, a Dragonite, literally my favorite pseudo, or a Houndoom, my dog, Mia. And once you manage to successfully beat all 3 of the Team Go Rocket leaders, you will of course be facing off against Giovani, which Giovani will always be starting off with Persian. I mean, as he should. That's literally his mascot Pokemon. In slot number 2, he could be using Nidoking, Kingler, or Kingdra. And of course, for his last slot, you will be facing off against Shadow Regice. So not a bad mix of Pokemon for the Team Go Rocket leaders and for Giovani. But I know the real reason that you're here is because you want to know what Pokemon you can now encounter as a shiny by facing off against Grunts. Which I love that they're actually giving us a reason to face off against Grunts now, because I feel like Grunts are very often overlooked. So they probably figured that out and they're like, yeah, we should probably give people incentive to battle them now. But according to LeakDuck, it says the following shiny Shadow Pokemon have been confirmed to be available from Team Go Rocket Grunts. This list will be updated as more are confirmed. So right now there are 3 confirmed shiny Pokemon that you will be able to encounter by beating the Grunts. And based on the Pokemon that are confirmed, it looks like Shadow Pokemon that were previously available as shiny Shadow Pokemon are now available for Grunts, which we kind of touched on this subject when I made my previous video about the Shadow Shinies that Grunts now have. And I was trying to figure out what Pokemon they were actually going to give the Grunts that could now be shiny. And it looks like they are just recycling some old shinies that were available previously. But so far, the confirmed shinies are Charmander, Kanto Grimer, so not Alolan Grimer, since I know we just got the Alolan Shadow Grimer announced earlier, so not that one, just the Kanto one can be shiny, and Mawile. And of course, like I previously mentioned when we went over the Team Go Rocket leaders teams, by facing off against the Team Go Rocket leaders, you will be able to get a shiny Murkrow, a shiny Teddy Ursa, or a shiny Larvitar. Potentially, of course. Me personally, I'm literally never lucky when it comes to Shadow Shinies, because I have yet to get one. But there you have it, that is all the Pokemon that you're going to be going up against when facing the Team Go Rocket leaders, including Giovani, as well as what our confirmed shinies are for our Team Go Rocket Grunts, which me personally, if I run into a Shadow Shiny Charizard, I would quite literally die, because I love Shiny Charizard. But hopefully you guys found this video helpful and you can now start planning for what you're gonna use against these Team Go Rocket leaders in order to eventually get to Giovani and get your Shadow Regices. And if you did find this video helpful, I kindly suggest that you consider subscribing so that I can continue to make content for you guys. And if you're already subscribed and you would like another way to support the channel, feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to those of you who have joined the channel as members. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.